Daily Words of God. The authority of the Creator is immutable and unoffendable. 1. God uses words to create all things. Genesis chapter 1, verses 3 through 5. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Genesis chapter 1, verses 6 through 7. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the middle of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Genesis chapter 1, verses 9 through 11. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together to one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. Genesis chapter 1, verses 14 through 15. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light on the earth." And it was so. Genesis chapter 1, verses 20 through 21. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Genesis chapter 1, verses 24 through 25. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. 2. God uses his words to establish a covenant with man. Genesis chapter 9, verses 11 through 13. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, "This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth." 3. The blessings of God. Genesis chapter 17, verses 4 through 6. As for me, behold, my covenant is with you, and you shall be a father of many nations. Neither shall your name any more be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made you. And I will make you exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of you, and kings shall come out of you. Genesis chapter 18, verses 18 through 19. Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Jehovah, to do justice and judgment, that Jehovah may bring on Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Genesis chapter 22, verses 16 through 18. By myself have I sworn, said Jehovah, for because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your only son, that in blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply your seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. Job chapter 42, verse 12. So Jehovah blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. What have you seen in these three parts of Scripture? Have you seen that there is a principle by which God exerts his authority? For example, God used a rainbow to establish a covenant with man. He placed a rainbow in the clouds in order to tell man that he would never again use a flood to destroy the world. Is the rainbow people see today still the same one that was spoken from the mouth of God? Has its nature and meaning changed? Without a doubt, it has not. God used his authority to carry out this action, and the covenant that he established with man has continued until today. And the time at which this covenant shall be altered will, of course, be God's decision. After God said, "Set my bow in the cloud," God always abided by this covenant, right up until today. What do you see in this? Although God is possessed of authority and power, he is very rigorous and principled in his actions, and stays true to his word. His rigorousness and the principles of his actions show the unoffendableness of the Creator and the insuperability of the Creator's authority. Though he is possessed of supreme authority, and all things are under his dominion, and although he has the power to rule all things, God has never damaged or disrupted his own plan, and each time he exerts his authority, it is in strict accordance with his own principles, and precisely follows that which was spoken from his mouth, and follows the steps and objectives of his plan. Needless to say, all things ruled by God also obey the principles by which God's authority is exerted, and no man or thing is exempt from the arrangements of his authority, nor can they alter the principles by which his authority is exerted. In God's eyes, those who are blessed receive the good fortune brought about by his authority, and those who are cursed receive their punishment because of God's authority. Under the sovereignty of God's authority, no man or thing is exempt from the exertion of his authority, nor can they alter the principles by which his authority is exerted. The authority of the Creator is not altered by changes in any factor, and, similarly, the principles by which his authority is exerted do not alter for any reason. Heaven and earth may undergo great upheavals, but the authority of the Creator will not change. All things may vanish, but the authority of the Creator will never disappear. This is the substance of the Creator's immutable and unoffendable authority, and this is the very uniqueness of the Creator.